You're listening to Tavern Sports Radio Network.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Show me the money. Welcome back to the special episode of Show Me the Money, brought to you by Tavern Sports. It is Super Bowl week. I know we are so excited. Super Bowl weekend.
It's the Taylor Swift week.
It's Taylor Swift Bowl. Like, let's be honest. That's all that this is. And I think
what do we call it? What did I call it like a few weeks ago? Super Bowl, whatever, Taylor's version.
it's probably Super Bowl Red, Taylor's version, because both teams are red. Obviously, that's one of the names of her albums as well. So I'm sure that obviously I haven't decided on podcast name, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Super Bowl Taylor's version. So welcome to the Super Bowl Taylor's version. We are going to start it off, obviously, with some basic ones.
Let's get recap.
Actually,
Fast recap.
Good call. I almost forgot. Fast recap from last week. Almost everybody hit their bets. And I say almost because we had one loss. Let's see. Ty, you actually just pushed on yours. Unfortunately, that tournament got rained out. Let's see. Josh, South Carolina.
It's a good thing it voided because it was going to be a loss. The perfect record is intact. I would have needed Matt Fitzpatrick to have the craziest fourth round of his career. And you know what? You take the voids when you can get it. So, four.
Well, there was one person in America that was not happy about their void over the weekend.
Yeah, real quick on that.
Fucked.
Real quick on that, as Josh was saying, my bet was the Pro-Am at Pebble Beach, and a gentleman on Saturday night went in and parlayed essentially the top 20, and he parlayed everybody to finish top 5, top 10, or top 20, depending on where they were at. And it was a $20 bet to win over $600,000 on DraftKings Sportsbook. And DraftKings, after the bet was settled and the tournament was rained out, changed their house rules and then voided this man's bet because he, quote, took advantage of them. And Vegas doesn't like that. And I think me and Josh both believe he placed another bet, which took the total in winnings over $1 million.
I heard that he was in line for over $1 million. And if somehow this gets to this dude, I don't know if he's had a discussion with the sports book, but I'd happily buy the rights to that bet just to go to court over it because I feel like it's a winning case. So yeah, I would be talking to lawyers personally this week.
The fact that they changed it to where originally it was like all bets are good after 36 holes. If weather came into play, and essentially they changed it. So it's kind of shitty on his end. I'm sure there's a settlement behind closed doors with DraftKings or something. But if I was that guy, like Josh said, I'd be taking that shit to court and getting my fucking money because you find a loophole, you take advantage of it. Boo-hoo, so sad. You're DraftKings. You have millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Well, and it's not like dude used... No, as far as we know, he didn't have any inside knowledge or anything. He looked at the weather forecast. DraftKings could have done that and suspended betting on the tournament. They do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of got caught with their pants down and are throwing a temper tantrum about it. But, you'll have that. And if it was to go to court, I'm sure DraftKings has much better lawyers than this guy can afford. But all power to him. Hope that gets made right.
Gets you a lot of lawyers.
Yeah, hope that gets made right. Because I'm sure the lawsuit would be for more than what his bet was just supposed to pay. But let's continue with our recap, Ethan.
Absolutely. Josh, you had won your fourth week with a South Carolina win. You had them at plus 1.5, and they smoked whoever they
smoked them.
Yeah.
I seen something about bracketology, and they were like up to an 8 seed or some shit. So that's cool.
That's awesome. Cole, both you and I had UNC -4. I loved that against Duke. So
Such a good game too.
it was a great game. And I'm glad UNC kind of started to run away with it for a little bit because they started to struggle a little bit toward the end as well. So they ended up
Can you
covering.
imagine that was like a 2-point game the entire fucking game?
Oh man, I'm glad my bet hit because I had a lot of money on that game. And then Clark finally won his first bet of season 2. He had Tennessee at -1.5, and they also kind of smoked whoever they were playing. Kentucky, I believe. So we know who won that Bourbon Bowl. And then Parker unfortunately lost another week. So
Back
both
on the skid.
both he and Clark are tied at 1-4 in season 2.
They have to cuddle up in a Waffle House together or something.
He had Max Homa to beat Jordan Spieth in 18 holes. That did not hit. So let's head into our Super Bowl picks because god damn is this a good week for everybody.
Oh baby.
First
It's a big
thing,
parlay week. I mean, everyone knows not to place parlays. Like if you're a good sports bettor, take your straight bets, use more units. But
Yep.
there's
Fuck
only
'em.
one game in town this entire weekend. I personally will be putting together minimum 5 parlays and at least a full unit on each, if not 2 to 5 units on each, because what's more fun than losing money on the Super Bowl?
True.
yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys cook up this week or this weekend. Obviously last year before we started the podcast, last year while I was down in Florida, we had all rode the same bet.
Yeah, I cooked that one up.
Man,
Did it
that
hit?
was no,
So
it
I
was
wasn't on it. Okay.
it was that close to hit it.
It was one leg short by like less than 5 yards.
So am I still the
yeah.
only one that hit a big Super Bowl bet in the group?
Yeah. Last year though, I cooked up a mean squad ride and it was a sweat to the very end. Like it had a chance to hit up until the final fucking horn.
Yep.
Ifs and buts, man. Ifs and buts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if OBJ never tore his ACL 2 years ago, I'd fucking have a massive house and never have to work again. But dude tore his ACL like I think 5 yards short of his over in the second quarter. So fuck me.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to see what everybody cooks up this weekend. I would love another close parlay like that, Ty. Hopefully one that actually wins this year. But let's go into let's start with the spread of this game. Chiefs 49ers in Las Vegas. A spread of 2 points in favor of the 49ers. I personally, we've seen it every playoff game thus far. The Chiefs have been underdogs. I'm going to keep riding with them. I'm actually just going with the Chiefs money line because I think that they can do it. So give me the Chiefs to cover and give me the Chiefs spread.
Disgusting.
I hate saying it,
Fucking
but
disgusting.
I'm with E, dude. Like at this, I mean, it's like betting against Brady when he was at the top. It's just not smart to do it with your money. Am I going to be rooting for those bets to hit? No. Am I going to put those in parlays? No, because I don't want that to happen. But if I want to make money, I'm probably putting 10 to 15 units on Chiefs money line.
Yeah, I mean,
Did I get it?
8 teams, 8 teams have won back-to-back Super Bowls. Kansas City's looking to become the first to do it in 19 seasons. However, on the contrary of that streak that's currently happening or lack thereof happening, there is only 4 coaches have at least 3 Super Bowl wins. In each of the previous 3 instances, of coaches rematching in the Super Bowl has gone to the victor of the first matchup. So that would lead to the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat this Niners team in 2020, 31-20. So, I mean,
Who was the quarterback of that team? Was that
for the Niners,
yeah?
that would have been Jimmy G, I
Garoppolo.
believe.
Was that
Yeah.
Garoppolo year? Okay.
Yeah, that would have been Jimmy G. Little bit different team now. Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey. This is what you brought him in for.
Ayuk and Debo, right? What, Debo would have been a rookie that year, and Ayuk was taken the year after?
Yeah,
Question mark?
I believe so. Andy Reid's 2-2 in Super Bowls. Gosh, I don't know.
Get
Mahomes
fucked, you
is
fat fuck.
whoa. Andy Reid doesn't deserve
Yikes.
that. Guy just likes cheeseburgers, man. No big deal.
Cheeseburger.
In 3 games against the 49ers, Pat Mahomes is 3-0 with 12 or with just over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Mahomes 14-3 in 17 career playoff games. One of those losses being in the Super Bowl to Brady. One of those losses being in the AFC Championship to Brady. One of those losses being in the regular playoff round to Brady. So, I mean, the boogeyman is gone for Mahomes. The boogeyman is gone. His 3 losses in the playoffs are all to Brady. 2 with the Patriots, 1 with the Bucks.
So his 3 losses come against the greatest quarterback in football history.
Yeah.
Until Sunday night when Brock Purdy.
Man,
So-
I hope you're right, Cole. I really do.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Mahomes is looking for his 3rd Super Bowl win. By doing so, that would actually put him ahead of Tom Brady's pace of winning 7 in 10 appearances. So this would be 3 out of 4 for Mahomes. I don't know if the dynasty lives on that long as it is right now to get to Brady level. Travis Kelce is older. I still think he will play for a couple more years, but there's been talks around Andy Reid's retirement. All of this is just a really, really long route to say I think the Chiefs win.
I honestly forgot what we were talking about that whole time.
I don't want them to. I would like to see somebody different. It's almost getting to the point.
It's not fun to watch anymore.
Well, it's getting to the point where it's like when the Patriots were at their top, everybody wanted the Patriots to lose. When Bama was on their dynastic run, everybody wanted Bama to lose. I mean, people are finding reasons to hate the Chiefs at this point, and I mean, I'm kind of in that boat as well. But Chiefs defense is better than it's ever been, I would say. They've never relied on their defense in a Super Bowl. I think this year they have to. So with that,
last time it was a defensive matchup in the Super Bowl was against Brady and the Bucks, and the Bucks came out on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs plus the 2.5 just because Mahomes is a dog in the playoffs is essentially automatic, and he's been there before. The whole team's been there before. They were there last year. Been there, done that. But it's going to be different this year. No Tyreek Hill. Obviously, he wasn't there last year, but receiving core played better throughout the year last year. However, in the playoffs, that hasn't made a huge difference. The Chiefs is the Chiefs. So until that is done, I will go ahead and take the Chiefs, being the Chiefs.
So both
is where. Oh, go ahead. No.
So both of the Hill brothers have the Chiefs winning, whether they want it to happen.
Reluctantly,
yeah. They don't.
I think it's the better bet, is what Josh and I are going. I think Josh and I both want the Niners to win, but our money is on the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, I gave the stat last week where 6 times prior to this year, the number 1 and number 2 defenses in the league met in the championship round, and the winner of that game has won the Super Bowl 100% of the time that has happened. This year's the 7th time that's ever happened. So I'm going for the 6 out of 6. to make 7 out of 7. I mean, that's just a good statistic. 100% conversion rate's a pretty good statistic.
So we're 3 for 3 on the Chiefs. Cole, are you
I
going to
know
make
where
4
Cole's
for 4?
going.
You're looking at, you just said the number, there were 6 and a 7, right?
No, so 6
No,
times.
you said a 6 and a 7, right?
Sure.
You know what that equals? 13.
Oh my fucking god.
This is when Taylor Swift dies.
Hey yo.
Not doesn't die. Her hopes and dreams, because the 49ers have continued to stand out and they've looked fucking good. And I don't care what I get your points and they're valid points, but I'm a fucking moron. Give me the Niners -2. Are we going to say that they can't win this game?
I'm not saying they can't win this game. I mean, the line says that they can win this game. I believe they can win the game. It just comes down
Well,
to
you're not
statistics.
saying that. I don't give a fuck about statistics. I'm straight off vibes, baby. Niners -2. Over 47. This is going to be a shootout.
I'm on the opposite side.
Oh, really?
Defensive matchup.
I was about to say we had talked about that.
You're talking like
last
number
week.
1 in.
I wasn't here last week.
What's the Niners? They're a top 5 defense, aren't they? So
Yeah.
defensive matchup. The Super Bowl is usually like kind of low scoring. It's usually a defensive slugfest if both teams have decent defenses. So I think this goes under by like quite a bit. I was going to get into that a little bit more when we get ready to start talking parlays.
We were about to talk the over under here in a second anyway. I wanted your spread pick first, Cole.
Oh, -2.
Okay.
Day. Niners. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm
And
the biggest goddamn Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and motherfucking Brock Purdy fan this week. You know, the white stallion is going to get it done.
Here's the thing with that. Like, Ethan, you're with the Chiefs, right?
Yes.
So my only worry, because I'm on that side as well, right, is the Chiefs have been piss pounded on the books. The money's there, the percent of the bets are there, and the books still have just raised the middle finger and said we're keeping the line at 2.5. Some books 1.5, depending on where you go, right? But for the most part, 1.5 to 2.5. It's never moved. The Chiefs is staying the dogs the entire time. What does Vegas know that we don't? Like, when is this line going to move? When are they going to?
Plane's going to crash on our way back from South America, and Travis is
South America
on the spread on
Isn't that where
South America. She's
on
in
the spread on
Tokyo.
FanDuel.
Oh, whatever.
On the spread on
Amelia
FanDuel,
Earhart,
which
that bitch.
I know we don't give out books, but this is the only one I can find the numbers on. 76% of the money is on the Kansas City Chiefs spread, and 69% of the bets is on the Chiefs spread at FanDuel, and they haven't fucking moved.
DraftKings is the same way, Ty.
So there's a huge liability on Vegas here for the Chiefs. Why would they not go ahead and move this line to try to get this closer to 50-50 to where they don't have such a massive handle on one side? Like, Vegas is going to be clearly rooting for the Niners.
We know Vegas has a lot of pull in the NFL too.
Well, the fucking Super Bowl is in Vegas this year. So it's a home court advantage for Vegas, which concerns me. Like, why? What does Vegas know that we don't?
Everything. Literally everything.
Vegas knows everything.
Which makes Cole look like the smartest one of us here.
And
I'm
good
just
for
putting
Cole.
it out there.
I'm hoping Cole is right and that we're all wrong, but let's move on. Let's move on to the total. I've given my piece. Cole's kind of given his piece. Where are you guys at on it?
Oh, okay. I had a little bit of numbers, but
Go for it.
Okay,
Cole.
you go ahead, Cole.
okay. So both teams on the year total, the lowest amount of points that they have scored is 13 and 17. Most games, if you look at the history, I mean, look at the Niners themselves. They scored 30 the first 3 games, 35, 42, 19, 22, or 17, 17, 34, 27. I mean, 42 against the Eagles in December. I think when you look at both of these teams,
That's when the Eagles were frauding, though. The Eagles frauded down the stretch this year.
yeah, but the Eagles beat the Chiefs 21-17.
So historically this year, the Chiefs have been an under team. I think they've hit the over just 6 or 7 times. I mean, it's
They're
been
6-14 to the under.
bingo. I remember Ty talked about that last week.
Whereas San Fran's an over team, but like barely. They're 10-9.
Yeah.
I have them at 11-8. I have them at 11-8 on the book I'm looking at.
Yeah, you got 11-8. There's a book that I'm looking at that says 10-8-1. There's a book that I'm looking at that says 10-9. So they're right there.
Yeah.
They're right around the 500 number.
So
a little better.
I think that if you're truly curious about putting some money on this game that is not on a team winning or losing, or even covering in that matter, then I think the smartest bet personally is on the under. I think that's actually closer to a lock than anything else that we'll see in this Super Bowl.
Okay, so here's something. When they play like pretty decent teams, they tend to go under. In the Chiefs' last 10, the only half decent team that they hit the over against was Buffalo in the divisional round. The game went under in Baltimore 2 weeks ago, under when they hosted Miami in week 17 or week
Dolphins
18.
Frauded. But that's what I'm saying. They played a decent team, and it was a 27-24 game.
Yeah, I mean they went under against the Chargers, which the Chargers were frauds all year. Under against the Bengals that were, did a little something with Browning at quarterback. Obviously, Burrow wasn't there, but I mean the total reflected that on the line, and it still went under. Under against the Raiders. They went over against the Patriots, but their defense was bad that game. Under the last time they played the Bills in the regular season, and then 2 overs with Las Vegas and Green Bay. Like,
what's the money on?
I don't have that.
I don't have that, but to what Josh was saying, like, yes, that's what the teams are this year. However, coaches have been the same. Coordinators, for the most part, have been the same. Spagnuolo and Reed, and then Shanahan on one side. Yes, he lost Mike McDaniel to Miami, but last Super Bowl in 2020, this game was 31-20, so that's an over. And then the last meeting of these teams in 2022, the Chiefs won 44-23. So the last 2 meetings of these teams went over.
That would have been a game with Tyreek Hill, though. And Travis Kelce 2 years younger and healthier.
I don't think that matters.
I'm just saying the trend is these teams know points are going to be at a premium. And there's something, I can't remember the stat off the top of my head, but there's something about the Super Bowl where, like, essentially it's a race to 30, and the team who gets to 30 wins a majority of them. I think this game is going to be a slugfest, but both of these offenses are 2-star studded to not put up points. Like, if you're looking at these teams, you're looking at the Chiefs offense and saying, this is where the money is at. This is their bread and butter, and it's Mahomes in a Super Bowl. He's going to show out. And then on the other side, the 49ers offense is just a Hollywood cast. Like, these dudes are superstars. They're all trying to make a name for themselves in the Super Bowl, right? Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Debo, fucking Ayuk, Brock Purdy. This is Brock Purdy's moment to shush everybody. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are going to be hungry for it. It's hard for me to go against the fact that everything with the Chiefs this year has been big and broadcasted. You've seen Travis Kelce's podcast get plugged everywhere. Taylor Swift everywhere.
Yeah, plug
Pat-
He's on every fucking commercial.
Pat Mahomes' dad gets a DUI last Saturday.
Electric.
Like,
Dude, you know what? I would be a fucking alcoholic too if I sat in that booth.
I mean, that shit'll happen.
Guy's a dog.
If I had to deal with Brittany Mahomes for the rest of my life, I'd be
Jackson.
boozed.
And Jackson.
Jackson's a pedophile.
Hey, he said that shit out loud with
Bold
his
take.
chest.
That Cole Silla's opinions do not represent that of his employers or his colleagues.
He got caught with he basically beat a woman.
That doesn't make him a pedophile.
That doesn't make him a pedophile.
Do you remember
makes
that
him a
video of him like
womanizer.
forcing that girl to kiss him?
That makes him like
You don't.
that does
which is-
that woman was of age. That woman was
she
a
was,
baby.
she was the bar
Shut the
owner.
fuck up.
Makes him a sexual predator, but not a
Sexual
child
predator.
molester.
That's
just said
better.
predator.
I would stand
Or I
on
said
that side of the
pedophile.
line
I said
with
pedophile.
you. Yeah,
We're gonna-
pedophile.
We're gonna cut that one.
Retract
We're gonna
that.
Can I go back to what you were saying about the race to 30?
Yeah.
Something that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you look at the Niners race to 30, which is 10, 15, 20, minus 120, minus 124, minus 130, minus 134, minus 136. So they're good. The books think they're going to score more than 30 points. Kansas City's 106, 102, plus 102, plus 106, plus 108. Race to 30. So that kind of math that you think the Niners are going to score more than 30 points. All they have to do is score 17, which is their average or the lowest.
That's fair.
Tyler just completely left. All right, cool. I'll go fuck myself. I was literally talking to him.
I still think that the under is going to be it for me personally.
That's fair.
I think that the defense is too good. With the Chiefs, and in the past that was something that I was always concerned about with that team was their defense. And since then it's changed from a year ago, from 2 years ago. Like their defense is way better.
So this is from oddshark.com. In 15 of the last 23 Super Bowls, including last year, the Dogs are 29, 26, and 2 ATS, and 36 and 21 straight up.
Dogs barking.
Very nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Favorites are 36 and 21 straight up, and Dogs are 26, 29, and 2 ATS.
All right. Well, let's move on to the props for the game.
Time out before we move on. If a team's going to get to 30 first, I think it's the 49ers. Sorry, I was getting more ice for another adult beverage. All right. Fuck me running.
That's a new one. Hey, we aren't called Tavern Sports for any reason. We're called Tavern Sports because we are as degenerate as it gets. So
this bottle was full last podcast, so
and you have issues.
No, it's not an issue till you say it's an issue.
hey, you fucking work with 17 different autistic kids every day and come home and don't drink yourself to sleep, all right? I'll fucking
That's
wait.
how I feel every time I enter the group chat.
I worked with 13 today and I got 3 more here with me tonight. So fucking cheers to y'all.
All right, let's go to some props for this Super Bowl game. Let's start off with not Patrick McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey. There's too many McCaffreys in this damn Iowa State
name, so you're damn close.
Let's go to Christian McCaffrey. First thing I noticed was his anytime touchdown is minus 210 odds.
Not
It's
enough value.
yeah, not enough value to bet on. It's better than
It's the
last week.
best odds you've had in a while for McCaffrey. If
That's
you've been
true.
betting him at the 300-ish odds, you've been you're betting him at the 210.
I do agree with that. He's usually been around the minus 300 to minus 350. So
It's a good parlay piece.
agreed. I definitely agree with that statement. Maybe look for if you truly think that this game is going to go over. I think McCaffrey 2+ touchdowns are more than necessary. Anything lower than that, I think you're going to struggle to hit that the over mark, and McCaffrey I think has to have 2 touchdowns to hit that over mark.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's
No,
over
I agree.
under. McCaffrey's over under for rush yards are set at 90.5. Again, he's gonna have to do significantly more than that if you think that the over is going to hit. If you're betting on the under, then you have to you might as well just parlay it with the under and his rush yards, because there's no way that if he rushes for more than 90.5, there's no way that this game's going under.
So there's a line to that I think is better.
I don't see
for
where
you.
you're getting this 90.5. His total's 128.5.
Where
this
are
is
you
if
seeing
it's
that at?
if is it are you talking about
128.
rushing yards or total yards? Because you didn't specify.
I'm talking rushing yards.
Okay, yeah, it's 80. Then I have the rushing at 89.5. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
total yards.
No, I said rushing yards.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Here's a better line for that. Because what's the number on that? Minus 110 or something?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
What I prefer, okay, so he's at, let's call it 90. If I could convince you for an extra 40 from the rest of the team, you can get the San Francisco 49ers total rush yards at over under 128.5. Debo runs it. Purdy might have to scramble a couple times.
His line's at
Juszczyk
12.
could get goofy.
Yeah, and Purdy he's not popular to do it, but like he has shown the ability that he can if he needs to run 20+ yards.
Yeah, he did last game.
Yeah. I think it's doable. That's definitely, I think, more tempting than just going with McCaffrey over under 90.5.
Yeah, because I mean, then let's say, I mean, God forbid, but if McCaffrey gets hurt, you still have life with the backup and Debo running an end around.
You also have Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell's still a great quality back that you're not getting talked about. Juszczyk,
His line
Purdy,
is at 4.5. Is he getting any snaps or no?
not traditionally, because McCaffrey's still a good blocking back as well. And in this scenario, right, you sent 4 first-round picks for McCaffrey. He better play every snap of this goddamn game. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, if I find a way to put him in as the strong safety, I'm fucking putting him in at strong safety, because this dude needs to be on the field at all times.
Yeah. That's fair.
What did we say McCaffrey was at to score a rushing touchdown or to score a touchdown at all? Was minus 210.
Minus 210.
You can get the Niners to score a rushing touchdown at minus 230. Is that too much? QB sneak,
I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
Juszczyk, Debo on an end around.
I'll sell the 20 cents on a dollar for that.
Anything goofy, but anybody on the Niners to get a rushing touchdown. I mean, McCaffrey gives you the passing option as well.
Hand it to Bosa out of the backfield.
You get a sneak at the 1 yard.
That's what I'm saying. Like minus 230 for a rush touchdown. It's heavy, but
It's gonna hit.
I mean, the only benefit to the McCaffrey line straight up is you get him out of the backfield as a passer, or as a pass catcher, that is.
yeah.
The next line, though, that we have is his rush attempts over under 18.5. I like the under on this one because when they play elite level defenses like this Chiefs team is, he doesn't run the ball that much.
They're going to exploit
They
that
played the
defense.
Ravens on Christmas. He ran it 14 times. When they played the Cowboys earlier in this year, he did run it 19 times against the Cowboys. I'm sorry, he did go over in that one. But it's just it's very spotty. I mean, there's a reason this line's 18 and a half. He's only gone over once since over that line once since Christmas and only twice since the beginning of December.
Yeah, so I think for that one, you have to stop the run game early. If you stop it early and then put up a touchdown early as the Chiefs, then you're looking at a team that is going to be forced to throw the football. They're going to force Purdy to throw the football. They're going to challenge him to test his luck there. And who knows, that could be when that Chiefs defense gets really dangerous and ends up with football in their hands instead. Next line and final line that we have for McCaffrey, longest rush over under 17 and a half yards. I'm going to go with under. Like I said, I like the under of this game. I think they're going to have to hold him to below 90 and a half yards if they want to win this game, which I think the Chiefs are more than capable of. So I'm going to go with the under on that one.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on that. That's a complete
Yeah.
crap shot. I mean,
Yeah.
You're trying to play with fire, really.
True.
I don't
Honestly,
think it'll go 17.
I feel like some of the best odds that you're finding on this right now, as far as anytime touchdowns concerned, is Kelsey at 120. I mean, if the Niners are smart, they're going to focus their defensive game plan around him. But him at almost a pick 'em for a touchdown, like that's pretty good for a Kelsey touchdown.
Breaking news: McCaffrey, while we're talking about him, wins AP NFL Offensive Player of the Year with 21 total touchdowns and 1,459 rushing yards. That just came through right now while we're recording.
Has Lamar's MVP been announced yet?
No, right now the only award so far have been Myles Garrett is Depoy, which I don't agree with at all.
No.
Yeah.
And now Christian McCaffrey is Offensive Player of the Year.
I think like Josh said for the touchdown, I really like those odds. It is close to a pick 'em. We're going to have to see how the 49ers play Kelsey. I saw a video that when Kelsey is double teamed, the Chiefs have a really hard time of getting the football down the field. However, if they play man to man and he's all alone against one guy, Kelsey is easily your top target. He's catching every opportunity that he gets. I think that your only chance at stopping this Kansas City offense is if you stop Kelsey at spot number 1.
Another good Kelsey line is his total receptions at 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on him to get a touchdown, and if you're on him to get his yards, which is around 72.5, 70.5, somewhere in there, depending on your book, I think you have to be on his over and just kind of hoping for 7 at least.
Yeah, I agree. With Kelsey's over under on the yards, or sorry, not on the yards, on the number of receptions, you got to remember he's also going to probably be the bailout guy. So
commonly, yes.
If the Chiefs do get in a jam on a throwing opportunity, Mahomes is either just going to throw it out of bounds or he's going right to Kelsey for hopefully an easy 3 or 4 yards. Not that Pacheco isn't a bad choice either, but I think Kelsey is your better option.
I
agree.
My worry with this is how are the 49ers going to make an adjustment? Because we talked about this last week. They gave up 97 receiving yards and 9 receptions to Sam Laporta, playing a very soft zone, and did not change it even after halftime. If I would like to think they make an adjustment, What was that?
Hot for Kittle.
No, we're talking about against the 49ers defense.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm saying if I would like to think that the Niners are going to take away Kelsey. If you look at the middle of the season where the Chiefs were struggling, it's when teams said anybody but Kelsey beats us. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, that's what I'm setting the game plan as, is make Mahomes make a throw to MVS or Kadarius Toney if he's even playing, or Rashee Rice, the rookie, or Justin Watson. Do not let Travis Kelce take this game over. You can't let it happen. He's going to have some big catches. He's going to have, some big plays because he's an elite level guy. But if you want to win this game, you have to take him out of it. He can't be a factor. I'm going to take that, however, though, and take Kelce with over the 6.5 receptions. I'll probably leave his yards alone just because if it comes down to it, 2-minute drive, need to have it, have to win the game. Mahomes is going to look to Kelce because he's his surest target. You would like to think, though, with over 6.5 receptions, he does hit that 72 number, but I would feel much better with the 6.5 for the receptions, me personally.
I agree. But I think he's going to look to him. I don't think he's going to have a good first quarter. As I think if they're like, see, the way that I would plan against it as an offense, thinking offensively minded, I'm not going to go to him right away because that means he's going to be open later in the game.
Yeah.
That's how I would go. I mean, I think 72 is a good number. I think he'll probably have in the 80s just because Kelce can do that on 4 fucking catches, just the way he's so explosive. He makes shit happen, but I think if they take that away early in the game, he's going to be open way later, which is going to cause a problem.
While we're talking like total receptions and even total yards, kind of, I want to look at the 49ers just as a team. The book that I'm looking at currently kind of seems like they don't know who's going to be the number one for them this week because all their guys seem to have roughly the same line. You got McCaffrey at over under 4.5 receptions. Debo and Ayuk are on the exact same line. Kittle is at 3.5.
Is hurt.
Kittle's hurt.
Toe injury.
Okay.
He didn't practice today.
Okay, so I didn't say that, but let's just focus on the 2 receivers because that's kind of why I'm here.
They're both at 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Listen, so Ayuk has not gone over since the beginning of the year. He has had 3 catches the last 3 games. While we're talking about Ayuk, I want to bring up his his over under of receiving yards of 62.5. He's only hit that once since the beginning of the year. It was last week against the Lions, and it's because one of his 3 catches went for 51 yards. And I think that was like a missed tackle, if I remember correctly, right? 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I'm pretty sure it was as well. That being said, I think it's going to matter who the Chiefs decide to pair Snead up with. Maybe they tell Snead, pick a side, whichever one of the 2 burners is on there, that's your guy that route. Maybe they say, okay, you're taking Debo or you're taking Ayuk. I'm going to assume if they put them on one of them, it's going to be Debo. And therefore, I like Ayuk's over on receptions, even though he hasn't done it yet this year. The last 2 games of 2023, he went for 6 and 113 against the Ravens and 7 for 114 against the Commanders.
Here's my thing, just real quick. If we both, Josh, think the Chiefs are winning this game, down the stretch, the Niners, like, yes, you want the ball in McCaffrey's hands as much as possible, but eventually you have to throw it. I lean to both of their overs. Just
I don't disagree. I'm just saying if I'm going to take one, it's going to be Ayuk's.
yeah, which is bold because he hasn't hit it yet, but I like that.
It's just the Snead matchup, and if they come out,
Yeah,
in the
your thought process is right.
If they come out on the first drive of the game, Snead is head up on Ayuk every single route. You might want to live bet a Debo. And it's not even a might. I would go in and place every single parlay you've placed, adding Debo's over receptions, because at that point, if they're not going to mark him with Snead, give it to him, feed him. Especially because like a little shovel pass, that's a pass. If he runs in front of Purdy and Purdy does one of these, that's a pass. That's a reception.
No, I mean, it's a ticket I die on. Like, I'm going to be pissed that it didn't hit. No, because like it's very easy. Like when you're thinking like in the defensive mindset, you got it right. If he hasn't hit it, that's the only thing that doesn't sit right with me is that he hasn't hit it.
Trust me, it scares me too. It really does. But I just got a feeling.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those where it's like it's a good bet, but I put all my
I just got
account
one of
on
those.
it,
I got one of those
but-
weird feelings. I don't know. Just looking at it, I have a weird feeling about it.
Okay, Tony Romo. Hell yeah, baby.
Hey, Ray McLeod, first touchdown. That's all I gotta say, right, Tyler?
So, okay, this has been mentioned on the podcast 100 times.
It's lore, bro.
Josh and I go
No,
to the
no, give it to
sportsbook-
me. Let me say it.
Go ahead.
Okay, Ray McLeod. He's wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5 for this Niners team. He's been there for a few years. He has count them, uno career touchdowns. Tyler and I were sitting in the local sports book in our hometown casino.
Catfish Bend, baby.
Year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And we're fixing to watch. It had to have been last year because McCaffrey was on the team. We're fixing to watch the Niners versus whoever. I look at Tyler 5 minutes before kickoff, 10 minutes before kickoff. I go, first touchdown, let's go, 5 on it each. He goes, and I'm wait. I want a good name. I want a fun name, something we can joke about. McCaffrey. Oh, come on. I was hoping for like Ray McLeod. Literally verbatim what comes out of my mouth. Third play of the game, busted coverage, Ray McLeod for a 60-some yard touchdown, dude.
Did you bet on him?
No.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Dude,
you had
it
the
was
vibe.
like-
It would have
It
hit
was
for like
like-
$300.
Dude, it was
hot.
it was so heavy of odds too. Like $5 to win over 100 just, and I was like, no, I'm not betting my money on Ray McLeod, bro.
He has one
And-
career touchdown, dude.
It was ridiculous. And it gets mentioned all the time.
It was a shot call, man. What you gotta talk about him.
It was Christmas Eve 2022. He went
And you were
for
sitting in a casino?
He went for a
Don't bring up Marshall
71-yard handoff.
Was it a hand?
Yes. 71-yard touchdown run.
Against the Bengals, right?
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh my god. So, I mean, speaking of like first touchdowns, because we know it's gonna be Purdy. What do you guys think about
Not
his
touching.
passing?
I'm not touching first touchdowns.
It was
No,
against the
no.
Packers, Josh.
Oh, whatever.
His passing
sorry.
touchdowns.
What
Or
is
no,
it?
it wasn't. Never mind.
Moving on.
Yeah.
You could just
1.5. If they're winning, it feels like it's an over. But at this, Mahomes, if Mahomes feels like an over, and you're parlaying it with Kelsey to get 2.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I think for both Purdy and Mahomes, like whatever team you think is winning, I think that's the team you gotta go with that's the quarterback you gotta go with to hit the over under on their passing touchdowns. I don't see this in like if the Chiefs lose or score under 21 points or 28 points even. I think Mahomes over 1.5 passing touchdowns is scary.
It is. It is. I don't.
And I say that for both teams. So like I think McCaffrey has a better chance of scoring 2 touchdowns himself than Purdy does of scoring over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
I don't know. I think at least Kittle's gonna get one. He's their number one in the red zone.
If you parlay McCaffrey and Kelsey to score 2 each,
Well, no, I wouldn't do that.
Plus 1,800.
Well, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, no, because that's 2 each. That's a lot of points.
28.
Yeah.
I think he'll throw 2. I see. I still think it's going to be a fucking shootout. So I'm still on the whole, easily both teams could score 30 points in this game.
I think you're alone on that one.
I know.
I don't think you're wrong. I'm just not putting my money there, if that makes sense. Like, what are we
watching?
Oh, against the commies. There it is.
Jesus Christ!
Second play of the game.
That was in the second quarter, but Ray McLeod, there he goes. 71-yard touchdown run.
You see who was running behind him the whole time? Future Chicago Bear, Montez Sweat.
Future Chicago Bear, George Kittle.
Dude,
Yeah, right.
I think that could happen.
He wants it to happen.
He does. I think he actively wants it. I think
There
after
was
this contract, he could.
There was somebody at the press conferences who was like, please don't go to the Bears. Like, if you ever leave, like, as a Packers reporter, please don't go to the Bears.
Come home, George.
Whose line are we on right now?
I mean, we're kind of we're on Purdy, but we're kind of tampering out.
Longest completion over 40. No.
I'm not touching it. Not touching it.
I don't trust the over 40 on longest completion. However,
Dude, it's so weird. Every single line in this game, from Super Bowl MVP to Mahomes' passing numbers to Kelsey's receiving numbers to Pacheco's rushing numbers, all says the Chiefs are going to win this football game, and then the line says they are not.
I agree.
Yeah, it's super weird that Mahomes is the underdog, yet he is also the Super Bowl MVP favorite. Does not make sense because you don't win MVP on the losing team. Purdy at 247, I don't really love. Just
vaulted to 200.
You would think 247 is right, but they have Debo and Ayuk's numbers so low, and I think they might be saying the same thing I am of you sold your soul for McCaffrey. He needs to win you this game. But you would think 247 is rather low. That number leads me to the under in the total game. And the 1.5 pass touchdowns, boys, let's be real here, right? You're on the 6-yard line. First and goal. Are you running it 3 times with McCaffrey?
Yes.
Because
I think I'm running a play action dump to Kittle. If that doesn't work, I'm running it again.
Because let's be real, right? One of these 2 touchdowns has to come outside of the 15-yard line, right?
I think that can happen, though. It just one
I do too.
I mean, what we're not talking about, I mean, we've kind of talked about it. The Niners are vastly superior when you match up receiving core versus defensive back core. Vastly superior.
Minus L'Jarius Sneed, yes.
Yeah, well, that's what. But so Sneed can only cover one guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Honey Badger's not back there anymore to cover the other guy.
But are you relying on Jawan Jennings to be that number 3 guy? I mean,
Jennings has proved he can.
I mean, yes, he can, but the linebacking core of the Chiefs is good as well to help with Kittle. I just 1.5, I would like to say yes, One of them, I think, has to come off of a bootleg play action, like you said, Josh. And one of them has to come from outside the 15-yard line. What's the odds on that? Do we have it?
It's the straight odds, so probably right around 110. It is 120 to the over, 102 to the under.
Yeah, I mean the under.
Mahomes is 150 to the over and plus 122 to the under.
See, I would say Mahomes is a better bet on over 1.5 than Purdy is.
I would almost say he's worse just because of how bad the receiving core is.
But Kelsey.
Yeah, but if Kelsey gets tackled at the 2, are you throwing it or are you giving it to Podge?
I mean, you're giving it to Pacheco at that point. But Kelsey don't go down at the 2. That mug gets in the end zone from the 2-yard line. Wow. So
I don't know. 50.
We've talked about all these props. We've all bet Super Bowls and done big parlays in the past on Super Bowls, and I think we all have the kind of the same philosophy on it. You, as the bettor, need to go through because I do 5 to 10 parlays on a Super Bowl, but between all those parlays,
I wish I could bet here.
But between all those lines, or between all those parlays, I'll have 2 or 3 lines that are in every single one of them, or in majority of them. You just got to go through and find the ones that you think are really attackable.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that those to be yardage totals and receptions or rushing totals or passing totals. Find those ones that you think are attackable and then start plugging them in with different ATTDs and just hope you hit one. Because if you hit one, you're going to get your money back for the rest of them.
Yeah, but we're here to make money.
No, well, I mean, more than likely you're going to make money. Am I alone in that thinking? I mean, that's what I do when I place mine. Is that what you guys do, or do you guys diversify all your bets?
Mine are usually pretty widespread, personally. I mean, there's a few lines, like there's maybe one that I hit in everything, but it's usually.
So I spoke about the OBJ line from a few years ago. I had his over in 3 of my 7 parlays or 3 of my 5 parlays. However many parlays, I had it in 3 of my parlays that year. That was my line.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Josh, where if there's something I really, really, really like that I think is almost like a guarantee, then I will put that in every parlay that I have.
Because I'm personally happy to die on my hill.
Yeah, and then I'll build around that. I think it's easier to build around that. Usually I make one parlay that I think has the best chance of winning. I make a small one that is low value, or I put a very small amount of money, maybe a half unit on it, that has stupid, insane odds.
Oh, every line, every bet I'm betting ends up in 1. Every single line I bet ends up in 1 collective, and I put half a unit or a quarter of a unit on just in case.
And I think that's a good way to do it. If you want to do one that's like more likely to hit with lower odds, almost like a teaser like Ty would make for us, I think that's that's something that you put more money on, but generally keep those parlays small, keep them at like a half unit, I think is the way to go.
Well, I'm not even talking about unit size really. It's more like the reason I say to do it the way I do it, where you say these 2 lines are my lines. These are the ones I'm riding with this Super Bowl, and then you use other ones you like but don't love to get your odds up. Mm-hmm. Is because if you say, okay, I really love these 4 lines, so I'm gonna put all them into a parlay, and then you start just building random parlays and purposefully trying to not mix your lines with other parlays, you're gonna end up having 2 to 3 legs of every parlay hit, and it's gonna feel really bad.
Yeah.
So I have a plus 786. If y'all want it.
What is it?
Mahomes at 225, Purdy at 200, Kelsey over the 6.5 receptions, Kittle to have 40 receiving, Pacheco to have 40 rushing, Debo to have 3 receptions, Kelsey to have 50 yards, and Pacheco to find the paint is 786.
The thing
I
that
hate
scares
it.
me the most is Kelsey's receptions.
I
That
actually,
when you said that, I grimaced. I didn't grimace to any of the other ones.
You grimaced, as in the McDonald's person.
Yeah, as in the shake.
I liked everything.
there.
I liked everything except one of those as well, Ty. I don't remember which one it was that made me cringe a
Grimace?
little bit.
I liked the passing yards. I liked Kittle's and Pacheco's yards
The
a
the
lot.
Kittle yards, I think, are what worried me.
40.
And I hear you there just because of Cole's report of him not practicing today.
Yeah.
And we're what
It seems like
72 hours to kick off, less than.
I always say obviously as well that I love my Hawkeyes. I'm always going to root for those guys, but at the same time, anytime I bet on Kittle, that motherfucker doesn't hit anything. The very opposite of every other Hawkeye I bet on. You know, I could bet Noah Fant to score a touchdown, and that guy would score. But it seems like every time that I bet George Kittle, that guy doesn't hit anything I bet on. So maybe I bet those just to give the Chiefs a little bit of an edge for myself.
Kittle for me has been great every time. I've had him in my fantasy for the past 3 years. I don't know. I trust Kittle. I it's a toe injury, so realistically, he's gonna fucking play. He's been
Cut
limited.
it off. It's just a toe.
It's just a toe, bro. You're fine.
What Dion did.
I do like
True.
Ayuk's anytime touchdown odds. Plus 140.
Yep.
Those
Yeah, I don't hate that
seems,
either.
those seems like pretty good odds.
I was just about to read all of those. So all of the anytime touchdowns that we hadn't talked about yet. You have it's not Ray Rice, it's
Rashid
Rice. Thank
Ray
you.
Ray's
Rice beats
child.
women.
Rashid Rice plus 110 odds to score a touchdown. Ayuk plus 140, Kittle plus 150, Samuel plus 150.
So those odds aren't current. Those are from last week. I have the
Correct.
one. I have the current ones right here.
Okay.
Rice plus 135, Debo 140, Ayuk 155, Kittle's up to 180. I would assume that's reaction to the foot injury. Mahomes up to 410. Sorry. MVS 550, Justin Watson 600. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 600 is kind of interesting to me. He could snake one. I'm not saying put it in a parlay, but maybe as a straight. Juwan Jennings 700. Brock Purdy at 850. Juszczyk, who they like to sprinkle in these weird games, 950. Noah Gray 950. Elijah Moore, Tyler mentioned he liked Elijah Moore 1100. And then of course my Ray McLeod 2200. That's really all the guys worth a mention, and really the last one wasn't, but he's my guy. So
another one that is kind of fun to sprinkle. Chris Jones is at for 0.25 sacks. It's plus 110. I want to say.
Okay.
That's kind of hot for me because Chris Jones is all up in that shit. And they're like swimwear, baby.
All right. That covers all of the props. Was there anything anyone else wanted to bring up before we do our ad read?
Read that shit.
All righty. This episode of Show Me the Money is brought to you by Tavern Sports, your place to get fun sports content, sportsbook lines and parlays, and of course, food reviews with Big E's Ballpark Bites. You can follow Tavern Sports on Instagram at Tavern Sports 2023, TikTok at Tavern.sports, and Twitter or X at Tavern Sports 23. Now, the second half of this podcast, it's going to be much quicker, but we added some of those fun.
But better, baby.
Yeah, better.
We added some of those stupid props or stupid novelty.
They're not stupid. They're not stupid.
They're amazing.
We added a couple of those. That way you guys can talk about those, bet on them. There's not a whole lot of them that you can actually bet on in the US, but
Across the border into Canada, they let you have a lot more fun.
yeah, they're at least fun to talk about. So
I guarantee Vegas is going to let these motherfuckers bet on shit.
yeah.
They're
So
going to let
Well,
them
it's
bet on
also
whatever
state
the
by
fuck they
state.
want.
Like Illinois allows a lot more than say Iowa.
Yep.
It just depends on your state's betting laws. Really, Indiana's pretty loosey goosey on that kind of stuff too.
So first one, this one is pretty much on every sports book. Now I
Yeah.
have noticed that this one is different on every sports book. My-
There's two you can find on every sports book.
Yeah. So my sports book has coin toss at even money plus 100, which almost no other sports book has.
Most are like minus 104 is what
I
you'll
was about to
usually
say-
see. They want a little juice.
Yep. Every sports book is usually looking for a couple of bucks in this. The sports book I use is the only one that is, I think, having this at even odds. So great if you can get it at even odds. I'm curious to know what everybody's betting on this. I'm going heads. Ty, you had a really interesting stat about this earlier.
Tails never fails, biatch.
5 for 6, right?
6
Yeah,
from 7, I think.
yeah. But then I saw that and I looked into that. That's not true, but fuck
Oh.
it. Tails never fails. I pick it on Madden all the time. It's never done me wrong there. So Tails never fails for me.
I'll never not bet tails. I mean, I'm always going to root for the tails. There's also like books that are giving out what is guess, like what is called. I've seen that line in places.
So timeout. I found it. Last year, the correct was tails. The 2 years before that was heads. The 2 years before that was tails. So it's gone 2-2 and now 1 tails. So if you're a trends guy, the trend is tails. Just a thought. The
I'm all
last
about
time
trends,
the
baby.
last time they played, the 49ers called it. They called tails. The last time they played it, the 49ers called tails and won, and they did not win the Super Bowl. So,
Well, I believe the Chiefs get to call this one because they're the team that's further away from the stadium. I believe it goes by
Is that
travel.
how that works?
Usually it goes by travel distance. That's why
No,
They're not
because
the
the
home
Bucks were
team.
the Bucks were the road team in theirs. I think it doesn't have anything to do with that. I think it alternates. Really, I think it does.
Rams are NFC, Niners are NFC, Chiefs are AFC, Bengals are AFC, Chiefs are AFC. So it does not matter on division or conference. So I don't know how they do
Is it record?
I guess it could be, but I doubt it. I mean, does the MLB still do winner of the All-Star game is the host for the World Series?
No, they used to.
I know they used to. I didn't know if they
Fucking
still did.
electric.
The
That-
away team gets to choose it, guys. The away team gets to choose it. So who's
Which
the
is
away
the
team?
Chiefs.
It's the
We're
Chiefs.
saying how is the away team decided? That's what we're trying to figure out. It's
I don't
just a
know.
random question, but Cole, you're on tails, right?
No, I love me some head.
Okay. So we're gonna jump ahead a little bit we went from the beginning of the game. We're gonna go to the end of the game fast, just because this is another one you can typically find on most sports books, and that's game.
We never even gave our picks on heads and tails. PM.
Thought we did. I said tails. You said tails. You said head, and
Cole said head. Yeah.
I love some head. Why are we jumping to the end of the game when we got some before the game?
We'll go back. It's just these two are typically available on every book.
Oh, you're right. You're right, dog.
So-
what you doing, Ty? Yeah.
I was stirring that shit up, cuz.
Hit that shit. That's a good nickel. That's a good nickel.
Hey boy, I'll do that fucking third grade fortune teller. Pick a color PURPLE. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Somebody, Cole, didn't you have a list of colors for the?
Oh, yeah, I have it. Hold on. It is. I got the odds too. Give me a second. Color right now leading is purple. Orange has been the most popular color over the years. Blue has had the last 2 Super Bowls though.
The Chiefs won it last year, and they were blue.
They were blue. But purple's at 275. Blue is at 450. Yellow, green, lime is at 425. Orange is at 350. Red, pink is 350. Clear/water is at 1200, and no Gatorade bath is at 1600. I want to say.
Yeah, but that's not happening.
I would love to see Andy
They missed
Reid
it last
win
year.
and get cheeseburger, just a fucking Gatorade cooler full of cheeseburgers
The
on
Duke's
Andy
Mayo
Reid's
Bowl.
fat happy ass.
Imagine Andy Reid just getting a gallon or 5-gallon bucket of McDoubles dumped right on his ass.
You
That
know, it's
motherfucker
kind of,
might
it's kind of
stroke
a
out.
win-win. It's kind
He
of a
might
win-win.
stroke
If they
out.
lose, he's got a bunch of cheeseburgers, and if they win, he's getting bathed in cheeseburgers.
Where'd you get that cheese, Danny?
Where'd you get that cheese, Andy?
Daddy?
Where'd you get that cheese, Andy?
I'm not making them at night, Dad. I'm making them at night.
night.
Right.
I think Big Red is going to be wearing a lot of orange after they win the Super Bowl.
Give me blue. Give it to me 3 times. Give me the 3-peat with blue.
Give me Kyle Shanahan getting bathed in some orange, baby.
Oh, 2 orange.
I'm splitting it. I'm going with Ty. I'm going with the blue.
You guys,
Let's go. Nobody on the
shit.
favorite purple. Nobody wants
Come
that
on.
fucking purple
Yeah,
Gatorade, bro.
Let's be honest.
purple free mix Gatorade's kind of bad.
If
Oh, I was gonna start.
If the Chiefs win this,
kill your ass.
if the Chiefs win this and the blue Gatorade is that team's favorite color, then like that's what they're going to have on the sidelines. That's what the trainers are giving them. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling me, you're sitting here looking me in the eyes and saying you don't fucking want some Glacier Freeze dumped down your ass crack while
Bingo.
smoking a cigar after the Super Bowl?
bingo.
Come on, bro.
All right. Well, let's get back to the beginning of the game.
Time out. Before that, I just want to put it in at -500 that Pat Mahomes Sr. will not be drinking Glacier Freeze. That motherfucker gonna be having something different in the
Some
fucking
jungle
Hennessy.
juice.
That's some Hennessy, baby.
Anything
That
can happen
motherfucker
in that
is
sweet boy.
He will
He
not
can be talking wild shit to Taylor
have
too, boy.
Gatorade.
Get that man the keys after the game. How many?
We do not support drunk driving on this podcast.
Hey, time out.
We don't
All I'm
support
saying
it.
is
It's a
this dude
sport.
needs to get a Zamboni driver job. He needs to transfer to a different sport and just become a Zamboni driver and just get fucking plastered while doing it.
That is fucking genius.
All right.
That was my dream job.
There
You
are
know,
some.
you kind of look like the guy who aspires to be a Zamboni driver.
Just waving at the kids.
You got the Make-A-Wish kid in the little buddy seat with you.
Tyler, how'd you get in that seat?
Joke's on you. It's his future son. The some of the other novelty. Some of the other novelty props that we have listed.
Oh, we've got some more.
We
You
have,
just don't
we
know
have
it yet.
tons.
Yeah,
I have
we-
so many that aren't listed.
Let's start with the ones that are listed first. The anthem
Are we in a
length.
dome?
National.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegas is a dome.
Oh, okay. Then that
So,
one's- one
but,
of those are stupid.
National anthem length.
Oh, do I got some numbers here?
Yeah, national anthem is sung by who?
Reba.
Reba
baby.
McEntire.
Reba McEntire. Cole, a couple weeks ago, before the Super Bowl was even decided who the fuck was going to that, you had mentioned a stat that Reba McEntire had sang the national anthem how many times?
This was me. I mentioned
No,
this
it was
stat.
me. It was me.
It was Cole. 4
Cole
times.
originally.
4 times.
Publicly, 4
Has
times.
Has never gone over 80 seconds. But country artists in the Super Bowl tend to go long because they want to show off their yeehaw Chris Stapleton was at 202 last year. She hovers around 120. The past 5, the line has been no, not the line. There hasn't been one shorter than a minute 49. That lowest one was Demi Lovato pre-cracked.
Straight across the bow. That was not deserved.
Didn't even pause to take a breath. Good
Motherfucker
lord.
put a ricochet
Okay,
shot at
come on.
Lovato.
Only twice in the past 18 years, the line has been set under 95 seconds or less. 2022, which was Mickey Guton. I don't even know the fuck that is. That was at 135. And Kelly Clarkson at 2012 was at 134. Give me the fucking under. Give me the under.
Here's why you're wrong, pal.
Oh, no, not the under. I'm looking at different lines. Give me the over.
Here, that's right. You're on the right side.
A minute 30 and a half is the line, by the way, that we're using.
It's 95 seconds, yes.
Yes.
Here's why it's going over, okay? If I know one thing about Reba McEntire, and I just saw her, breaking news, Lamar Jackson named NFL MVP for second time in his career.
Figured.
Okay.
Give Miss Flowers.
Congrats on the Hall of Fame jacket, Lamar.
Here's why Reba McEntire is going over. Number one, this woman is coming out, doesn't matter if it's the national anthem, in a low-cut top, okay? Boobs out. And you boys are telling me Reba McEntire in front of the Super Bowl, in front of the whole world watching, ain't going to sit there and fucking bop that hip for 90
she's got the voice to
seconds.
do that, though.
She going to sit there and bop that shit, baby. Tits bouncing. There are going to be dudes in nursing homes all over the world getting one up for the first time.
There's going to be a guy in my
years
house getting one up.
for Reba McEntire. Over 90 and a half all day long.
Horny.
And I'd love to hear her sing some 9 to 5 when she's done doing it.
All right. Yep.
I'm on the under. I think you guys are fucking stooges. Marks. It's under. She's never gone over a minute 23.
It's
She's
country in the
she's
Super
not
Bowl,
stretching.
bro.
Stretching a couple seconds is one thing. Stretching over 10 seconds, no shot.
It's Reba, baby. She's going to soak this moment in.
When does it start? Does it start from the first note that she sings, or the first note of the
fucking,
or the first note of the band? Of the band.
No, right out of her mouth.
I don't think that there is a band.
So out of her mouth to when her mouth closes on free. No fucking shot. You guys are marks. Ethan, where are you at?
All right.
I'm so split on this one. Thank God I can't bet it, because I guarantee you I'd make the wrong decision.
I can't wait to go on a road trip just so I can bet all these.
I saw that there were some guys outside of Oakland Stadium, or sorry,
that was a false video. That was a false video.
Damn.
Yes, it was.
Man, I wish
it was an overlay.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Well, hey, even that. I think for this over under,
the longest she's ever done is 83 seconds.
I know.
She's done 3 that are recorded on YouTube: 71, 78, 80, and 83.
This is 10 seconds, or the over under set at 10 seconds longer than her longest time.
12 seconds, 12 and a half seconds.
It opened at 86 seconds.
I'm gonna go with Josh. I gotta go under.
Good boy.
Whatever.
She's at the Super Bowl, baby. It's going over. However,
some
controversy. I will be muting Reba McEntire, and I will be playing Chris Stapleton's again this year. Don't care. Don't care.
That's
fair.
So fair.
While we're talking about country music artists, though, we'd be remiss to not say thank you, Toby Keith. May he rest in peace, man. That was a blow.
T's and P's. That was a really bad blow.
But while
I love blow.
While we're on the national anthem, there are a few more props. You are allowed to bet the main color of Reba's hat. Red is the leader in the clubhouse at plus 200. Brown plus 300. Black plus 350. Yellow 600. And if you want to get real funky, greens plus 2,500.
Where do they
Gotta
have
bet
a
on
line for
take the route.
sequence? Do they have a line for sequence?
I do not see sequins. No, that would be
Damn.
like an accessory, not
No,
color.
that's not her though. That's not Reba.
Reba will
That's
wear
more
a
Dolly.
hat. Reba will wear a
Dolly's
hat.
sequence.
I like the red at 200. I think she's gonna be redded out. I think she's gonna look amazing.
Give me black. She's a traditional lady. She's a traditional lady. It's not about her. It's about the national anthem. She'll be in black.
Here's my thing. Reba's a redhead. Every redhead knows that their best color is green, emerald green. So what complements emerald green the best? Because she'll be in an emerald green dress.
Stretch.
Give me black.
Stretch.
Give me black. Lock it in. Give me black.
Tyler's saying black at plus 350.
As much as I love black things.
So does Stella. Am I right?
Ayo!
Can we talk about Taylor now?
No, we'll get to Taylor. Any words being omitted from the national anthem? Yes,
No.
plus 900. No, minus 3,333.
This is America.
She's not fucking up the anthem.
I don't think she's
Reba.
gonna fuck it up. No,
It's a country singer. If you told me that Fergie was singing the national anthem again, yeah,
Fuck no.
another bow shot that somebody does not deserve. First quarterback to be shown during the anthem, Mahomes minus 175, Purdy plus 135. Don't be an idiot. Take Mahomes. He has 2 already. He's been to 4. First coach, Andy minus 167, Shanahan plus 125. They're going to show Andy right after they show Pat.
Okay,
I'm out.
give me Shanahan if he's fucking crying, bro. Like, what's his name did?
Sirianni cried. I'm going to go ahead, give me the parlay of Purdy and Shanahan because they're the home team.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Ethan, do you have an opinion on that?
I mean, you can say that they're the home team, but they're playing in Vegas, so it doesn't mean shit.
Anyway,
Closer
any
than
scoring
Kansas
drive
City.
to be shorter than the national anthem. So
No.
shorter than a minute 40 if you want to be generous and give her the over. Yes, minus 300. No, plus 200. That feels so fucking free. Plus 200. Give it to me.
No.
One more prop that's going to be occurring during the national anthem: the flyby. The group that's doing it doesn't matter. It's going to be happening. Cole, it's the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they'll still do a flyby.
The group that's the group that's doing it has done one Super Bowl before. When they did it before, they used 6 jets. When you've only done it once and it's something as important to the American public as this, you don't fuck with something that worked last time. I'm taking the over of 4.5. I think it's going to be 6 again.
Give me under stealth bomber. That's it.
That would be cool.
You are right by Area 51. You might see some cool shit.
Ooh, give me the under 1 UFO. Aliens make contact with Taylor Swift during the Super Bowl.
I'm glad you said that, Tyler, because that brings us to what Cole wants to talk about.
Ah,
time out. Just
so
saying,
many.
Your dog looks like an unlocked character in the back of you, but moving forward.
It's a nice asshole.
Thanks. Can you see his balls?
CBS is covering this, so this is Taylor Swift. Tony Romo. Jesus Christ.
What a fucking
Tony Romo is known for being a dumbass when he talks. There is a prop. I can't find the number that I had. It was, does Tony Romo refer to Taylor Swift as Travis Kelce's wife?
No.
No.
Will Tony Romo accidentally slip an N-word in? Yes.
Another bow shot, boys. Come on. Have some class.
Hard R, plus 175.
Hammer. Get a hammer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The whole proposing to Taylor Swift is stupid. It's not going to happen. They've been dating for like maybe 2 months.
I will sprinkle the over at plus 820 though.
Too public.
It's also a public relationship though. They do that shit so fast anymore. Although
know.
I will say this, red flag on Taylor. She just announced a brand new album, and it's all about her ex. Come on, Taylor, you're in a healthy relationship now. Chill the fuck out. Red flag.
This is Taylor Swift. This is
Red
Taylor
flag.
Swift in
Red
general.
flag.
If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, well, MVP mentioned Taylor Swift in his speech. This is the one that I really wanted to talk about.
Important to note, it does not have the caveat of if the Chiefs win. It just says, will the MVP mention her?
I know, but they won't. Well, no, they won't, because they don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift. If the Chiefs win, it's going to be either Pat Mahomes or Travis Kelce.
It'll be Travis.
Give me yes, plus 750.
I'm gonna take the no.
Kind of hot. It's at minus 1667.
Okay.
Give me no.
Give me the yes.
So we talked about the proposal. Will Andy Reid mention Taylor Swift in his podium interview / speech? Yes, plus 520. No, minus 850.
Hell no.
I want to know if it's a yes, if the yes hits, but he was prompted to do so, does it still hit? Because if so, I think he will be prompted and he will have to say something.
Nah.
Give me Andy Reid's kind of homies with her though.
A cheeseburger in Disney if he wins. Other than that, no.
Okay, and then the last one that I had, you guys, there's one more on the docket. I'll just read both of them. How many times would Taylor Swift be shown? Over under 4.5.
Over. Way over. Not even fucking close.
She was on the TV 10 times last game.
Way fucking over.
Over.
Lines.
Yeah, way
over. The only way this line makes sense is if they think she's not showing up, and there's no fucking chance. The way with time zones, when she leaves Tokyo, she will arrive in Kansas City on her private jet at 5 p.m. Saturday. In Vegas, 5 p.m. Saturday.
Correct.
Vegas time. She has so much time to get her sleep schedule right for the game. She will be there.
I don't know if you saw it. The embassy put something out on it.
Well, Southwest and American have changed their flight numbers from Kansas City to Vegas to one was 19 whatever her fucking birth year, and the other one
the fuck up. She's not flying Southwest or
no, I know, but this is like what they've done this. This is a true thing that's happened.
But here's the deal, right? Why this is going over realistically is the NFL is aware there will be women watching this Super Bowl that would never turn it on otherwise, strictly because of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's influence on young women, older women, it does not matter. She will be featured strictly for the audience that will be there to watch only Taylor Swift and her boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ethan, give us the sad read, baby.
Well, hang on.
I got one more.
Well, I got some more too. Will CBS show a graphic of Swift's travel from Japan to the stadium? Yes, plus
that was 400. The one I had.
That feels like a lock at yes, plus 400.
Yeah.
There's also like Taylor's shirt color, which I think is dumb.
Red.
Will Taylor and Kelce be shown kissing on February 11th? I don't know if that means it has to be like prior to the game, on the 11th, or like post game, or if it can just be a picture of them, whatever. I don't know. Will Donna Kelce hug Taylor Swift? Yes and no, same odds, minus 120. Give me the yes. They like each other. Do we not want to talk halftime show?
Nah, Usher's a wild card.
Usher's gonna kill it.
Yeah,
he will kill it.
The one thing I want to say is he will be starting with there's no shot he's fucking not. And you actually get pretty good odds on it at plus 650. Also, for features, you can get Post Malone at minus 440. He's on the graphic. He will be there.
I agree with him being there if he's on the graphic. I mean, there's a lot of novelty props that a majority of us won't even be able to bet, but they are fun to talk about. They are pretty cool. The Super Bowl, everybody's trying to get their money on the last football game of the year until next September. So don't get fooled.
Don't even
Bet
mention that, bro.
responsibly. I mean, that sucks to say, but like have fun, but also like don't lose your fucking rent payment over the Super Bowl betting dumb shit, you know?
You're also allowed to bet will Usher have sunglasses during the first song. Number of outfit changes is a classic. And will he debut a new song? No is plus 100, and I kind of like that.
No.
All right. I do have two more things before I do the next ad read. There was at least one new award, I should say. Somebody had placed a $1 bet on Joe Flacco to win Comeback Player of the Year
Please tell me a hit.
at plus 25,000. Your Comeback Player of the Year was Joe Flacco.
Good.
Shut
He
the
fucking deserves
fuck
it.
up.
I don't care.
Thank God.
The DeMar
Fuck
story is a
Hamlin.
good story, but he's not good at football.
Correct.
Fuck DeMar Hamlin. He played 5 snaps all year long. Fuck DeMar Hamlin.
So congrats to that guy who placed literally $1 on
$2,500.
to win $251.
Whatever. Good for him.
So either way, still a lot of money. And then congratulations to Patrick Mahomes Sr. He won DUI of the year. Let's head into the last ad read. Hey there, sports fans. Are you tired of the same old boring shirts? Well, we've got something exciting for you. Introducing the new Tavern Sports Pocket Tee, where style meets passion for the game. Whether you're a diehard fan or you just love the camaraderie of sports, Tavern Sports has got you covered, literally. The best part, because you're listening to Show Me the Money, you can use the code $$ and get 15% off today. So what are you waiting for? Head over to tavern-sports.square.site right now and elevate your game day experience. Tavern Sports, beer, betting, sports. Locks of the week.
Before we do, I apologize.
Okay.
Before we do the final offensive or the final awards we have posted so far, Offensive Rookie of the Year, CJ Stroud, he deserves it.
Good for him.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson Jr., teammates with
Deserved it.
Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski of the Cleveland Browns.
Should have been
And
DeMarco.
Wow.
Should have been DeMarco.
I feel like it should have been DeMarco as well. However, we talked about it. Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Flacco. DPOY was Myles Garrett. OPOY, Christian McCaffrey. MVP, Lamar. So, pretty good year. I feel like the only one I have a gripe with is Myles Garrett as DPOY. It should have been TJ Watt. Just saying.
I think some dude hit a crazy ass parlay on that.
Yes, I saw that as well.
Yeah.
Locks of the week. So, different this week. We said we're only doing player props for this game.
Did we not want to give
We will.
MVP?
We will.
Okay.
We will. But we decided as a podcast this week that we're only doing player props. Nobody can go against each other. Nobody can pick a game.
The only game you can pick is the total.
Yeah. But nobody can go against each other. So, Josh, do you want to start us out then?
I was not prepared.
Let's start with the guys who had already made their pick. Clark obviously is not here this podcast again. He had sent his pick. It was a George Kittle touchdown at plus 185.
That motherfucker.
Parker also sent his pick. He's actually going to go with the over on the Travis Kelce yards at 72.5. You want my opinion on each of those guys? They're getting another loss. There's a reason that they each have 4 losses already. So I'm gonna go against those guys. I don't think I can bet either one of those.
Literally both of them that I had fucking queued up.
So for all the 4 of us here, we talked about doing a winner and a MVP winner. My winner will be the Kansas City Chiefs, and my winner for MVP will be Travis Kelce.
Same. Fucking same.
Okay, those two parlay together. The book I use will not let us.
Yeah, I can't parlay.
Travis Kelce is plus 1,400, and the Chiefs are plus 110. So
if the Chiefs win, it will be Kelsey.
I will take Kelsey at plus 1,400.
Can I get my piece on that real fast because I just made a claim?
Sure.
Disney and the NFL have a contract about I'm going to Disney words. Those 5 words that every Super Bowl MVP says, there's a contract. Disney gets a say in who wins NFL or Super Bowl MVP. If Taylor Swift's boyfriend says he's going to Disney, it's going to be inferred that Taylor is also going to Disney. There's too much money. Travis Kelce, if the Kansas City Chiefs win this football game, will be the Super Bowl MVP.
They won't.
All right, Ethan, what's your pick?
Cole, did you have the same pick on that? No, okay,
because he likes the Niners.
That's right. I also agree with Ty though. However, I like both Travis Kelce to win the MVP and the Kansas City Chiefs to win the football game.
Cole, who's your MVP? Because we know who you're picking to win.
Fucking Brock Purdy, baby.
You're disgusting.
What's CMC? I think you could get it.
No, I'm just kidding. It'll be a CMC if they win.
What's the odds on that?
I couldn't tell you, but I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
CMC to win the MVP right now.
450.
Yes, 450. Purdy's 210.
Mahomes is 150. Debo's 2,500. Pacheco's 2,500. Ayuk's 5,000.
And then
All right, boys.
Josh, you had the same winners as me and Ty.
Yeah.
Let's get to our lock of the week then. My lock of the week is going to be a dip it back in the well from 2 weeks ago. Isaiah Pacheco over 15.5 rushing attempts. He's flown over this all playoffs. That's my lock. Hopefully the Chiefs go up and just start running the ball. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I don't know, stub a toe in the locker room. Don't touch the fucking field.
He's got the hiccups.
I'm gonna go with we're gonna go with my
Wait,
MVP
Tyler.
pick.
Tyler, you can't do that. You can't.
Yes, I can.
It has to be same gameable. You can't same game that.
Yes, you can. I have it. You're just under the wrong tab. So
I'm gonna go with the MVP pick. I'm gonna go with Travis Kelce to score a touchdown.
Gotcha.
Cole, what do you got for us? You ready?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it. Oh, I can't hit that. Okay, hold on.
I got mine ready. I said I liked it
Jones.
earlier.
Oh, wait, that's assist. Sorry, go ahead.
I said I liked this earlier. Give me Ayuk over 4.5 catches.
All right, I got you here.
Let's hear it, Cole.
Give me Chris Jones. Fucking shit.
Can't even
Give
say
me
his
Chris
name.
Jones over a quarter of a sack.
Where are you seeing that at?
Under sacks.
Players are. I just have yes and no.
Are you on a green book or what book color are you on? Green? Gotcha.
Oh, okay. So blue book says half sacks are included. That so players that record 0.5 sacks will be deemed winners. So
do you want me to?
No. It's the same here.
So Cole, you have over a quarter of a sack for Chris Jones. Cool.
I could change that if that's easier.
No. You're good.
You're good.
I'm still saying like I can't parlay Tyler's and Cole's though, and I thought the whole point of this was to be able to parlay everything.
No, I mean the whole point of it is really to not go against each other. I don't want people to go against each other in the Super Bowl one.
So the 4 that you can parlay, which is a Kittle touchdown, Kelce over, and Ayuk over receptions, is plus 14.26. Not bad.
Awesome.
So one more time for everybody. Clark is with Kittle touchdown. Parker is Kelsey over 72.5. I'm over Pacheco 15.5 rushing attempts. Ethan, you're at what?
I'm doing the Kelsey touchdown.
Gotcha. Josh
Ayuk over 4.5 receptions.
and Cole.
Chris Jones to have over a quarter of a sack.
All right. That'll do it for Super Bowl week, boys.
Let's go. This is going to
Keep
be
an eye-
huge.
Keep an eye out on the Twitter. I'm sure we'll be tweeting out our parlays either Saturday or Sunday morning if you wanna ride with us.
Absolutely. This is going to be a huge weekend.
Huge.
I'm really excited for the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be one of the best that we've seen in a little while. I know all these guys are ready to start making those parlays. We want you guys to do the same. Go ahead. Show me the money.
T's and B's the football season. We'll